So Jared, I'm keen to know, why did you set up Fresh Fitness Food? Like, why now? Why do people need this service?
Uh, two parts to that. So why did I set up Fresh Fitness Food? Passion and frustration.
Mm.
I grew up in a Cornish pub. I've always been passionate about food. I've always been surrounded by food. Early holiday memories of going to Spain, where food has this incredible social dynamic, brings people together, rather than a sandwich on the go. Always been into my fitness as well, rugby, sailing, football, whatever was on the TV as a youngster. I moved to London in 2007 and I worked for 4 years as a lawyer, and that's where the frustration kicked in. The phrase I've always used is I felt I wasn't eating the way I wanted to eat. I was eating the way London wanted me to eat. Going from meeting to meeting with either nothing, or which is not great, or sandwiches and crisps, which wasn't in line with what I wanted from a health point of view. So the second question, why now? I think people are busier than ever, working harder than ever, more stressed than ever, and food has become it's become more available, but the cheaper, lower quality food is the stuff that's always at arm's length.
Yeah. I think from my perspective, I can definitely identify with that. I mean, part of the reason I became a dietitian was because I love food as well, and I love the impact it has on people's health, and obviously, from a fitness perspective as well, on their body composition and their performance. And the two go together. You feel good because of the food you're eating, and then you perform better. Health starts from the inside out, right?
Absolutely.
But absolutely, the frustration often many of my patients and clients have is that it's getting good quality food, at regular intervals or on the go. And many of my patients, again, are in busy professions where they're struggling to do that, and there's not much always available around you. It's a bit of a desert sometimes, you're in the middle of nowhere.
And sometimes it feels unfair. You make this, you draw the line in the sand, and you say, I'm gonna make a difference. It starts on a Monday, or it starts on January the 1st.
Yes.
And with the best will in the world, sometimes it's impossible for people because they're so stressed and so busy. If you sit in as a lawyer, if I was sat in a 6-hour meeting and there was nothing but sandwiches, cake, crisps and chocolate on offer,
or nothing.
Do I eat nothing, which is not fantastic, and certainly when you're looking to be productive and concentrate and remember and regurgitate the right information, or the other option is to eat food that you don't believe in.
Exactly.
And that's where almost a sense of injustice.
Yes.
I was going to the gym, and parts of my life I was addressing in the right way. I was trying to hydrate correctly, and then the food was letting me down, and I felt there was a bit of a disconnect between my efforts and the way I was looking and feeling.
Agreed. And one thing that I really like about Fresh Fitness Food, because we've known each other for a while, is
4 years. I was thinking
it's a long
2000.
time, right?
Yeah.
And I think what's amazing about Fresh Fitness Food is the fact that it offers so much flexibility to the client. You're not a service where it's our way or the highway. You have a week's worth of food and that's it. What I love is the flexibility. So if a client said to me, it's just on a Friday I really struggle because I go from meeting to meeting to meeting, Fresh Fitness Food might be an ideal service because you're going to get good quality food at the right times, and it's going to take the stress out of that day for the client, and I really like that.
Yeah, we use the words tailored and bespoke and personalised a lot as a company, and it's not just the food, it's the service, it's the lifestyle as well. I've always thought that Fresh Fitness Food is to a varying degree selling to the person I used to be, selling to that lawyer that was frustrated. And it wouldn't have made sense for me if I had to get food every day, if I had to have consecutive days, if I couldn't pause the service, if I couldn't get it delivered to my home on a Monday but delivered to work on a Tuesday. It just seems food for me, the quality food just has to fit in with your life. And whether you're busy and out of town on a Wednesday and the food service has to stop, or to go the other way, you have your big leg and back session in the gym on a Thursday, and that's where you need a little bit more energy. That's a service that we just think should be standard,
Definitely
available. Yeah.
Let's get into that for a second. For somebody who has got a specific goal in mind, say they have got that big, school reunion coming up, or that wedding day, or that beach holiday. How do you think Fresh Fitness Food changes that dynamic, or offers something different from other things that are out there that people are often faced with when they've got a goal in mind and they want to get in shape for that day?
Absolutely. I think there's a few things why the service can be so powerful. One is accountability, and I think that people they do sometimes need outside help, whether that's recognition that you are, committing to, you're saying to your family, I'm going to lose £5, or to yourself, I'm going to go to Ibiza looking this way. And committing to a service like ours does create that accountability. You're signing up for something and putting yourself in the hands of a company like ours. The other reason, and anyone that has ever dieted seriously will tell you, is that being precise with your calories and your carbs and your fat and protein, it really, really makes a difference. And those numbers over time, whether you're 200 or 300 calories over, it never feels like a lot on the day, but over time they're going to add up, and that's either going to put you in a deficit over a significant period of time or a surplus. And that's really about being consistent, and we think that sits at the heart of trying to change yourself, trying to transform your body and your health.
Definitely. And I think having somebody in the background who's kind of done that number crunching for you, and maybe has worked for somebody like myself who's made that approach even more bespoke, it can really make a huge difference to somebody's life, and obviously their long-term health, and maintaining those body composition goals that they wanted to achieve in the first place.
Absolutely. Maintaining a lot of people say maintaining can be as hard as getting there in the first place. And it's probably because you have a goal in mind. I think we're very goal set as human beings, and everyone does aim to the time they board the flight at Gatwick or when they're walking down the aisle. But it's very often the maintenance of that afterwards, because you don't have such a specific goal.
No.
And that's where we can step in and take care of the hard work. The hard work is the consistency and the numbers and being precise, and also keeping up with you as you progress.
Do you find that there are many people who stick with you for quite a long time?
We've had clients for Fresh Fitness Food for longer than we've known each other.
Wow.
And some of those clients, literally, other than holidays and days out of London, they really do use us full time. So it's become a complete lifestyle for them.
Not a quick fix then. It's a whole lifestyle shift in many respects. Which
It
is amazing.
is. We don't always look to take care of all your food as a company. It could just be, we have something called the Office Package, for instance, and the Office Package was designed specifically to get people through that time of the day in office hours where they're most likely to slip up, because there's a vending machine to the left. Jill's son's 5th birthday at the weekend, so she's brought cake in there, and she's insisting you have that piece of cake. And then there's all the other things, jumping from meeting to meeting, walking past your favourite pasty shop, or whatever it is. There's all those temptations, especially when your stress levels are high. And we think that's where we can help the most.
Yeah.
And so the Office Package, for instance, was designed to give a load of flexibility. It's 2 meals, a snack, and a cold pressed juice. And we think that's the perfect solution for a busy Londoner to get through the working day.
Definitely. I think a lot of the corporate clients that I have as well could really learn from listening to stuff like that, because again, a healthy workforce is a productive workforce, and if all they've got is a vending machine, and as you say, Jill's son's birthday cake or whatever else that's lying around the office, then that's not going to make for a healthy workforce, and that often leads to people taking time off.
Well, we as a company, we care a lot about corporate productivity. We have 2 very overarching goals as a company. One, which is to make London the healthiest working city in the world. And we think we're as a city, we're fantastic and the best in the world in a number of places, but not in health. And we also want to help people live longer. Very simple. Longevity is a very important thing for us as a company. On the corporate front, we care a lot about productivity, and we see food as a real investment. And we think the companies of the future, we're seeing tech, California tech companies investing in the food and the well-being of their workforce like no other companies. So they very, very, very simply, they see it as an opportunity to address absenteeism. They see it as an opportunity to increase the productivity of their workforce, as you say. But they're also looking to create a health-focused culture where they can attract and retain talent. Today's millennial workforce wants to feel listened to, and health, and from taking a picture of your avocado on toast on Instagram to finding yourself at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning in a boot camp rather than a club. That's the way the world is now, and if employers don't buy into that and don't invest in their workforce in a way that the workforce needs to be felt that they're being listened to, they'll lose out. They'll lose talent.
And it sounds like really that Fresh Fitness Food's at the forefront of that change in many respects. There's a tide coming, there's a shift coming, or it's already on us, and you guys are part of it.
I think so. Yeah, we do believe that. Internally as a company, we see ourselves as the gym membership of the future. There would have come a time where someone pitching into a corporate that corporate should pay 50% of their workforce's gym membership would have been laughed at. It's an expense. It's not connected to the bottom line. Why would we do that? And we think that people are, corporates are going to see the bottom line benefit of partnering with a company like Fresh Fitness Food.
Absolutely. No, I think it's a significant investment and probably one of the best that they could ever make. They say the greatest wealth is your health, and I think it's true. That is the one thing that you can't buy back again.
No,
ultimately.
absolutely.
So I think that's it at this point.
Perfect. That should give us some nice clips. Actually, that was quite natural. That's
Yeah.
quite cool. Yeah.
Try to.
It's easy.